Hey, in this video, I'm gonna share with you the exact outbound system that we have used in the last 6 months to close more than 100 deals across all our clients. This is basically if you have the tools, the data, and perhaps the sales teams, but you feel like every campaign still depends on them to choose accounts, to correct the research, and also approve the messaging or even decide what is the next step. And probably you have been thinking that you need to grow outbound by adding more contacts, more people, more tools, more headcount. But then after you try a lot, you feel that your reply rates start falling because the workflow sends weak fit accounts, the messaging is weak, and even you have some sort of personalization, but it's so freaking weak because it's just like sharing a buying signal or exposing a buying signal or even just the mere name. But then you don't have like that feedback loop from the replies and close deals, so then you can turn that into ammunition to start sending better cold emails, and based on that close more deals. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna share with you right now. Hopefully you enjoy it and you can at the end of this video replicate the exact same system, so then you can close more deals. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here is the evidence grounded go-to-market campaign system that we use. So this starts with proven wins. We automate the checking, so each gated, each motion within the system, and then we use you humans in control of the direction. That's the most important thing. So the most important thing for you to understand is that the human sets the direction and the authority, as you can see here, and the agents build, challenge, verify, and refuse whatever it needs to do. Okay, so we have two main brains. Those two main brains are live. These things you can build them in cloud code or in codex or whatever agentic workflow that you want, but this is for you. Okay, so first we split the system in two main brains, which is the client context brain. So in the client context brain we have, and we drive all the information live daily, sometimes weekly depending on the client, about the close won deals, the call, the CRM, the transcripts, the onboarding, and this answers what is true for this client. Okay, this also includes the weekly calls that we have with the clients. And also we have another brain, which is the go-to-market methodology brain. And this answers to who to target, what to say, how to verify, and the source roles. Okay. And basically the main core idea of this system is how do we turn the evidence of the client context brain into a play. Okay. So here it goes. The brain set the rules, the tools execute them. Okay. So first, you need to start here. So research the wins, not the market. So we do a big analysis on the close won deals. So we verify and we analyze the calls, the deal recaps, the CRM plus the transcripts, plus the onboarding, plus what we have on our daily basis with our customer. And then we answer the following question. What happened to the buyer? So the people that these people have closed in the last 6 to 18 months before the win, before them delivering money or wiring money to our client. Okay, and this is this situation hypothesis that we built. Okay, so from that place we then go to the external proof. So we try to prove that situation, that theoretic hypothetical situation exists. Okay, and for every hypothesis that comes from the close won evidence, we try to find if there is any public record in the web that exists. If yes, we move to the next step. If not, we kill just the idea. So for example, a product sunset, a job post plus a public announcement, a RFP or a IPO or a fundraising. It could be whatever that can be that could exist on the public web data. Okay, from that specific step we move into the campaign contract. Okay, so to package all that evidence and authority into an actual campaign. So what we do is that we take all that evidence, right, into URLs, exact sentences, dates, okay? And then we allowed, we basically have a human that checks what are the allowed claims or the locked claims that we use in order to move to the next stage, okay? And then we also have the capabilities, which is the available data, the tools, the limits, what the system actually cannot do, because we don't want a system that also lies. We want a system that is real, that actually understands the limits of the system and at the same time uses the tools and the power of the system to drive the correct campaign, okay? So this is the campaign contract, like what we can do and what we cannot do, okay? And this is the most important part, okay? Which is after we do 1, 2, and 3, okay, after we after we do this, and this, and we sign the contract, then we have agents. We don't have Python scripts. We don't have deterministic flows. We don't have nothing like that. We have agents. We have AI. And you say, oh no, but AI can lie to yourself, and a deterministic flow won't lie to yourself. I mean, yeah, that's true, but the thing is that when you build, it's pretty easy with these tools to go into rabbit holes. So an agent can take context and generate an output, and that's what we want to do, and that's how we do it. So we basically have 4 blocks, which is the company list, the context, the copy, and the final checks. So for each one of them, we build the campaign in these blocks, and a no returns to the same block until we get a yes. So for example, we have agents that then took the tool registry, okay, the tools, and are going to generate the segment of the companies, leaving the situation that we describe here, okay? Then we have another agents that are gonna tell us if this is good or wrong. If it's good, we move to the content generation part of the system. If it's not good, we come back, we improve, and then we go back, okay? And we have agents for this. Those agents are, of course, a model that is way cheaper, but it uses the tools registry that we have, okay? Then we move into the right people, and we do the same process. Right roles, verify people, no, yes. If we get yes, we start generating the copy. So we do evidence-bound message per content, and we have, like, same as Clay. Like Clay, you have this parallelism where you can have a prompt and you generate the messaging based off the context that you had. Well, it works the same way, but we use Cloud Code and Codex for this, okay? So then you have the copy, okay? And on the copy, you can do the evidence-bound, you can verify whether this is the correct messaging per contact using this contract, these 3 builds, and at the same time you have agents that can verify whether this system, the copy is right or wrong based off the data, okay? And third, and this is probably one of the most important check that we do, this is the messaging, and it works the same. We have the context, we have this, and then we take an agent, just the same way like Claygen works, that reads the context. We have a prompt to generate the copy in the way that we want, and then we get an output. We review the output, and if it's good, then we move on. And we do the final check, which is the source, the feed, the freshness, the log rules, and if we have any failure, it returns to its block, and then we need to make sure that this actually works, okay? And when we have those feedback loops, then we are confident that we can move forward. And then the last step is the human decision. We decide again, so we approve the final targeted segment, the claims and message direction, the risk exception, the final output, and we launch the decision. And when we approve, boom, this goes to instantly, smartly. We use instantly, we love instantly, okay? And then the next campaign starts smarter, because after 1 week, we always we test multiple segments per company per week. And after a week, and if we have hard data, we can do the next campaign. The next campaign starts smarter, because then we can we this is like test. So we test, it didn't work, test work, so we move forward and we add more efforts to that campaign. But we try to always be more efficient, and then the next campaign starts to matter, because speed comes from the automated checking, not from taking shortcuts. And not only that, but when you have all that data coming back to the system, you can start understanding what is the best direction, where you can do a vertical, or where you can actually close more deals. Okay, and then we close the loop. So the replies, the meetings, the losses, the close one deals goes back, and we use those real outcomes to update the client context brain and the go-to-market methodology brain, and then the system starts over and over and over. Okay, so that's it. That's how we work. If you want this be to be more easy to be explained to your current situation, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. And if you want this a little PNG, just take a screenshot of this, or just ping me on LinkedIn, and I send you this, so you can tell Cloud Code that you want something like that. Okay, something like this based on your current needs. And that's it. So that's it. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions. And I hopefully, based on with this, you can actually build something that is meaningful, quit the bluff, and just start actually getting more meetings that people are worth paying attention to, and that actually can buy your product, okay, or service. So that's it. Thank you, and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.